Now we're going to go on to the next piece, which is convert. This is activity 2.17 called convert entities, offset and extend. These are also really important advanced CAD sketching things that we need to do. And remember, these activities are set up to try to help you understand the key things that are available to you as you're working on stuff. All right, so let's see. Using the substrate created in activity 2.16, create a new sketch on the front plane. Transfer entities from another sketch onto a current sketch using convert entities. This is really valuable. Okay. So first thing we need to do is come in here and we need to create a new sketch on the front plane. I like to look at the front plane or the sketch, right on, directly on. Okay. What is this saying now? We're going to transfer entities from one sketch. And to be straightforward, what we mean here is we're going to take stuff from sketch 1 and put it onto sketch 2. Okay. Click the Convert Entities command, then select all 8 outside edges of the existing part. That's 4 arcs and 4 lines. So here's my Convert Entities command here, and it wants me to select this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and frankly, I could speed the whole thing up by, I guess I cannot do that. Clicking each of these, I thought maybe I could drag a box and get them. So I've selected all those. I could have also done this here. Let me show you how this works. Let me just take half of these. Let me take all these. Let's delete all these. Can't delete those. Delete. Delete, hitting the delete button. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. I can select this one, and then I can select the chain. And it's gotten everything, but I can see somehow it missed this one down here, so I better grab that one. Okay, that didn't work. I don't know why that didn't work. Let's forget about that. Let's actually do what the guidebook says, because that's what we're trying to do. Come back here into Sketch 2. I got to open this up. Oh, we're already working on it. I got to go into Convert Entities. And I want to convert this, and this, and this, and this. This is exactly what the guidebook told me to do, was to select all of them. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8 were the original ones that were done in the last operation. So now we have all of those. Okay, do this by clicking each one individually, or you can choose all at once by selecting the face. Let's not go back in and change that, but we could have done that, I guess. I should have read the whole thing. Once selected, click the green small thing at the top, which we had already selected. Okay. This copies all those entities from Sketch 1 onto Sketch 2. Super important. Super important, okay? All right, now we want to select both vertical lines. Okay, let's just see here. Okay, we're still in the sketch, so I'm going to select this vertical line and hold Shift and select this vertical line. Now I've got both of them selected. You can use the Shift key as before, or we can draw a box that completely encloses the two. Once selected, use the Offset command. Offset Entities command. Okay. Now, we do have a problem here, which is that we don't want actually the chain to be selected. See this? So I'm deselecting the chain. Specify an offset of 12 millimeters and reverse the direction if needed to have the offsets go inward. I'm going to have to reverse mine to have them go inward, and I want to be a 12 millimeter offset. Once complete, accept those, and I just did. Okay. Now we want to select the horizontal lines and do the same thing. Let's see if we can do what was suggested, which is if I grab a box, okay, I kind of missed on that one. If I grab a box that encloses both of them, okay, let's see, I don't want this. Okay, that didn't work well. Let's not do it that way. Let's select this thing and then hit Shift. Select this thing. And this one we want to inward offset 50 millimeters. So I'm going to have to reverse that again. I'm going to have to switch that to 50. Okay, yeah, and it should look like the one in the guidebook, which it does. Okay, now what else is this telling me to do? Okay, we're going to accept this, and we're going to learn a new thing now called extend. We're going to extend the horizontal lines to meet the vertical lines using the extend command, extend entities option, from the trim command, drop-down menu. So instead of trimming, I'm going to extend entities. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to click near the spot where I want to extend, and near the spot where I want to extend, and near, and near. Then I'm going to hit escape, saying I'm done extending. Then I want to use the trim function to remove the stuff I don't want. So I don't want this, I don't want this, and I don't want this, and I don't want this. And I'm going to say go on that, or accept on that. Okay. Save and exit the sketch, which is done right over here by just hitting the blue mark. And use it to produce a rectangular cutout for the center of the circle. Okay, so grab this, and then I'm going to come up here into features and say extrude cut, and I want to do through all. Not sure exactly how this is going to work. Okay, all right, yeah, so I knew there was a problem coming up here, which is I have all this stuff on the edge selected here. And that's because there's one other thing we need to do that may have been in our instructions, but may not have been in the instructions. And that is that we need to edit this sketch. What we were trying to do was get this inside piece by offsetting the edges. What we need to do now is delete actually this other stuff that we don't want, because I don't need this other stuff in the sketch that's here. Okay, that's interesting. Of course, as I did that, now there's no references for the offset, so I want to Control Z those for a second, and I'll show you the other option on how to do this. I'm going to take all of these ones that were on that plane, so I've sort of dragged a box around that and hit Shift to drag the box around the ones at the bottom. I'm going to say for construction. And for construction means it's not a part of my geometry that I'm going to use for an extrusion or for a cut, but it's still going to be in the system and still be useful for me. Now I can take this one and make an extruded cut through all, and that should work. But I have some sort of other problem because of the following. Okay, look what it's trying to do. It's trying to cut in a direction where there's no material. Okay. Remember before when I said I wasn't sure if we had created the gasket in the right direction? But the way to solve this is to hit this button. And now we have a preview showing up, which is excellent, first of all. And that means we now have this thing just the way we want it. Okay, so let's save this. We're going to check our mass properties. So one of the things you can see here is that we will run into trouble. And as we run into trouble, we need to know how to debug. And part of the activities that you're doing today are helping you learn how to debug. Okay, so what do we got going on here? 87.64 grams, exactly what we wanted and exactly what we have. So that one has come out just right. We're going to save this part, save, we're good to go. Now on to activity, well, that was activity 2.17.